Most watch videos talk about the same 20 or 25 watch brands, but not here, not today. Join me as we step off the beaten path to talk about a whole new watch adventure. I've got 10 quality, lesser known watch brands, and they are just awesome, and I cannot wait to show you this lineup. Oh, and before we're done today, I will be announcing the winner of the Addy's Dive AD 2552. Hey! There you are, and welcome to My Dude Watch. My name is Jason, and today we have an awesome video. We are talking about 10 brands that you don't hear from very often, and some of these you recommended. So today, you and I are taking a trip around the world to talk about 10 truly hidden gems. And trust me, you do not want to miss this. This is going to be fun. You know the deal. Grab a snack, pull up a chair, and let's talk watches. This list is too good not to jump right on in, and this first one is one that you recommended, and it wouldn't be in this video if it were not for you. A viewer reached out to me and says, Jason, you've got to take a look at Kronosti. So I did, and I have to say this brand really surprised me. Kronosti isn't trying to be the loudest brand in the room. They quietly are putting together some really attractive watches with very impressive specs, excellent finishing, and designs that caught my attention almost immediately. As I spent more time looking through their collection, I kept coming back to the same thought. Why aren't more watch collectors talking about these guys? Whether you're into sport watches, dressier designs, or something in between, there's a lot to like here, and it's exactly the kind of discovery I was hoping to make while putting this video together. If you've been looking for a solid, lesser-known brand at an affordable price, mission accomplished. Because Kronosti is that brand. Their pieces are spec'd out and start around $169 for a mechanical automatic. Very impressive. Our next stop comes from another recommendation, and you and I are headed to the United Kingdom to have a look at Mezi. This is a young brand, but it doesn't feel like a young brand. Everything from the case design to textured dials and thoughtful details feels intentional. Nothing looks rushed. Nothing feels like they were trying to copy someone else either. What really impressed me is that Mezi seems to focus on creating watches with their own personality instead of chasing the latest trend. And sometimes that's the hardest thing for a new company to do. If you're someone who appreciates clean, modern designs and watches that don't have to scream for your attention, Mezi is definitely a brand worth discovering. I mean, just look at these dials. They have incredible specs and are awfully good-looking watches. You choose your bracelet or a strap, color options. Just check out the London Smoke if you want to see a gorgeous piece. For our next piece, let's head up to Toronto, Ontario, Canada. This is a brand that reached out to me and sent over this piece here, which I will be doing a full review very soon. Hilts may not be a household name yet, but after getting this piece in hand, I can honestly say it's left a great impression. The first thing that stood out to me is that Hilts isn't trying to be another homage brand. Their watches have a genuine motorsports personality. Check out that distinctive dial layout, thoughtful case design, and an attention to detail that makes it feel like they've got their own identity. And then there's the finishing. The more time I spend with these watches, the more I appreciate the quality of what Hilts is doing. Everything here is intentional. From the design to the overall fit and finish, it is absolutely on point. This is exactly the kind of watch I was hoping for when I put this video together. If you've never taken a look at Hilts before, I think they're absolutely worth your time. Pack your bags because me and you are headed to Singapore. This is where so many enthusiasts believe is the world capital for microbrands, and they might be right. One of the things I really enjoyed while putting this video together is discovering just how many great independent watch brands are scattered around the world. Yubi is a perfect example. Their watches have a personality all their own, bold colors, interesting dial designs, and the willingness to do something different instead of simply following the crowd. This model here is the one that really caught my attention. This is the dual beat red, but check out the other colorways as well. Yubi is distinctive, it's fun, and it proves that originality doesn't have to come with a luxury price tag. If you're tired of seeing the same designs over and over again, and you're looking for something that stands out for the right reasons, check out Yubi because they definitely are a brand worth spending time with. Sometimes the hidden gems aren't the loudest brands, but they are the ones that are doing things right, making great watches and waiting to be discovered. Our journey now takes us from Singapore to Indonesia. Now, here's a brand that immediately caught my attention because they aren't afraid to be different, to follow their own path. Lima Watch Company isn't trying to recreate a famous design or follow the latest trend. Instead, they're building watches with a personality that's uniquely their own. These guys build watches that pleases them. In turn, they know it will please you. The model that really stood out to me is the Kronosti Sprinter. It's one of those watches that makes you stop, take a second look, and appreciate the little details that went into the design. And that's one of the things I love about a brand like Lima. Their willingness to take chances in a world where so many watches start looking alike, Lima reminds us that originality still matters. If you're looking for something a little bit different without sacrificing quality, I think Lima is a brand you'll enjoy discovering. And for me, that's exactly what makes a quality hidden gem. And now we jet back to my homeland, the United States. One thing I've always admired is someone who's willing to build something from the ground up instead of following everyone else's path. That's exactly what Tsao Baltimore has done. Founded by Alan Tsao, this is an American independent brand with a clear identity and a genuine passion for creating original watches that reflect both the city they live in and the many people that wear them. Their designs feel fresh, they're beautifully executed, and there's proof that you don't have to imitate someone else to build a great watch. Now check this one out. This model here is the one that first caught my attention. This is the Old Bay. But I explored the rest of the collection as well, and it became clear to me that Tsao Baltimore is much more than a one-trick pony. It's a brand with its own personality, and in today's watch world, I think that's something worth celebrating. If you're looking to venture beyond the brands everyone else already knows, Tsao Baltimore is well worth a closer look. I went to District Time Watch Show in DC a couple of years ago and saw some of their watches, and they were outstanding. Let's head back up north with a vengeance. This is a Canadian showcase, two brands with different personalities. Up first is the Vancouver Watch Company. Their watches have a real sense of adventure. These guys are bold, creative, and every model feels like its own story to tell. This piece here is the Blood and Thunder, and it is a perfect example of that. It's distinctive, beautifully executed, and unlike just about anything else you'll see. I've owned this bronze beast for several years now, and it gets a ton of wrist time. But they're not alone. Redwood Watches has taken a completely different path. Where Vancouver leans towards adventure and storytelling, Redwood focuses on rugged, military-inspired tool watches designed to be worn every day. The Recon C46 Commando immediately caught my attention. Clean, purposeful, and packed with value. It's exactly the kind of watch that quietly earns your respect the more time you spend with it, and that's what I find so interesting. Two Canadian companies, two completely different design philosophies, yet both are building watches that deserve a much bigger audience. So now I have a question for you. If you could only choose one of these, are you Team Vancouver or Team Redwood? We are now off across the Atlantic because the next stop is Switzerland. One of the things I appreciate most about an independent watch brand is their willingness to take a creative risk. That's exactly what Wicked Watch Company has done. Instead of building around a watch that looks like everything else on the market, they've chosen to create pieces that tell a story. The watch that immediately grabbed my attention is the Wukong edition. Inspired by the legendary Monkey King, it's filled with thoughtful design details that go far beyond simply putting artwork on a dial. From the hands to the case to the overall design language, you could tell this watch was created with a clear vision. And that's what impressed me most about Wicked. They're not just building watches, they're creating watches, and with personality. If you're looking for something that's original, beautifully executed, and unlike anything else in your collection, check out Wicked Watch Company. It's absolutely a brand worth discovering. Sometimes the brands willing to take the biggest creative risks are the ones that leave the biggest impression. And if you guys thought we were done with the UK, no way, we are heading back. This is Scurfa Watches, where Wicked Watch Company is driven by creativity and storytelling. Scurfa is driven by real-world professional experience. I've saved this brand for last because I think they're one of the best stories in today's video. Scurfa wasn't started by someone trying to build another dive watch. It was founded by a professional commercial saturation diver who understood exactly what real-world dive watches need to look like. And that experience shows. The Bell Diver 1 immediately caught my attention, but as I explored the rest of the collection, it became obvious to me that Scurfa isn't building around a single great watch. It's built around a clear philosophy, which in my mind is purpose before height, even function before flash. The watches are clean, capable, and designed by someone who actually depended on a watch in one of the toughest working environments imaginable. And that's exactly why Scurfa deserves a place among today's hidden gems. And now, before we sign off, I want to announce the winner of the Addies Dive AD 2552 giveaway. All right, guys, here we go. The winner of the Addies Dive AD 2552 is some random guy online. Congratulations to you. I know you will enjoy this watch. Reach out to me at info@mydudewatch.com. Once you do, I'll send the watch out right away and to anywhere in the world. As far as everyone else, thanks for entering, and we have several more giveaways lined up, and we will actually be starting another one next week, so stay tuned for that. All right, guys, we put links in the description of every one of these watch brands we talked about today, so feel free to go there and check them out and see if any of these are right for you. Hey, you made it to the end of another video. Thank you for doing that. We appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed what you saw today, please take the time to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It'll only take you a second, but it really does help. All right, we checked the time, and it is time to wrap it up, so we will close the show. My name is Jason with My Dude Watch. We'll do it all again next time, but wait, don't forget, dudes can't be late.